This man is one of the best pure voices that deep Southern soul has ever produced. This vocalist is frequently described in the same breath as Otis Redding, Percy Sledge, and Aretha Franklin in terms of the raw emotional force of his performance. Despite releasing numerous legendary R&B hits and some of the most powerful country soul ever recorded, he is still revered by die-hard soul fans. This performer never attained the mainstream crossover breakthrough that would have made him a household name, and his content was not always as unique as that of Stax musicians like Redding or Sam and Dave. Ultimately, this man's greatest challenge was himself. He suffered from severe depression for much of his life, making pursuing a career or even single recording sessions extremely difficult and derailing his infrequent return attempts. The centerpiece of today's video is all about James Carr. Before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push the notification bell to be sure you won't miss on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born James Edward Carr on June 13, 1942 in Coahoma, Mississippi. His father, a priest, relocated the family to Memphis when Carr was very young. Carr began singing in church at the age of 9 and later joined many local gospel groups, including the Harmony Echoes. Carr and Echoes manager Roosevelt Jamison had both aspired to careers in secular music, and the two began hunting for Carr's own deal in 1963. Stax turned him down, but in late 1964, he signed up with Goldwax, a Memphis label owned by Quentin Claunch, who had previously co-founded High Records. Carr recorded many songs over the following few years, ranging from Motown-ish pop to soul blues, in pursuit of the perfect stylistic fit for his profoundly expressive baritone. Carr eventually found success in 1966 with the country soul ballad, You Got My Mind Messed Up, a top 10 R&B smash that garnered him comparisons to Otis Redding. It marked the beginning of Carr's peak recording career, and one of his subsequent singles was his clear-cut masterpiece, Dark End of the Street. Dark End of the Street was a bleak tale of adultery that marked Dan Penn and Chip's Moment's first songwriting collaboration, although the song was recorded by Aretha Franklin, Clarence Carter, Linda Ronstadt, and the Flying Burrito Brothers. Carr's original version remains definitive. Carr's 1966 first album, You Got My Mind Messed Up, which includes big songs like Love Attack,
Think I got a love attack, Lord, I got a love attack,
and The Beautiful. Pouring Water on a Drowning Man is also regarded as a masterpiece by many Southern soul enthusiasts. Despite Carr's initial success on the R&B charts in 1966 and 1967, things were not looking well. Carr joined on with Phil Walden, who also managed Otis Redding, but without Roosevelt Jamison, who functioned as Carr's caretaker as well as his manager, he found himself unable to deal with the stress of traveling. He sometimes walked off alone and became lost. By 1968, his mental health had worsened significantly, making even recording sessions difficult. He was able to complete a second album, 1968's A Man Needs a Woman. But at his last Goldwax session and Muscle Shoals in 1969, he merely sat at the microphone and looked into space, performing only one song, To Love Somebody. Not long after Goldwax went bankrupt, Capitol retracted an offer to buy out Carr's contract due to the singer's instability, and despite signing with Atlantic, Carr only recorded one single in 1971. Carr released a single in 1977 on Roosevelt Jamison's Modest River City record label. 2 years later, he embarked on a successful tour of Japan, but at the Tokyo performance, Carr, who had taken too many antidepressants, stayed immobile at the microphone, as if in a hypnotic trance. He returned to Memphis and lived with his sister for most of the 80s, scarcely aware of his surroundings. With medicine, His health improved enough for Jameson and Quentin Clarence to record an album with him in 1991 for a relaunched Goldwax label. The album Take Me to the Limit got mixed reviews, but its very existence was an accomplishment in itself. Carr was even able to return to the road, traveling blues circuits across America and Europe. Soul Survivor was his second album on Clarence's new Soul Tracks label, published in 1994. Unfortunately, Carr was shortly diagnosed with lung cancer and battled the disease for several years until passing away on January 7, 2001. He passed at the age of 58, leaving behind 3 sisters, a brother, and 5 children. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from James Carr?